Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the garden on this very chilly fall day. I'm actually really excited to come to you guys today because I have something that I've never known before. Now, a lot of you guys probably are familiar with the goji berry, and its rather super fruit, if you will, properties. Everyone deems it to be a superfruit because it's very high in vitamin C, antioxidants, lots of cool stuff that makes superfruits superfruits. So, the one thing that you guys probably think all superfruits have in common is that they grow in tropical areas that nobody sees because they're in some hidden jungle that you have to slash with a machete to get to. But what you guys don't know is that the goji berry actually grows in climates like this. Yes, it is zone hardy up until negative 18 degrees Fahrenheit. Unbelievable. Yep, it actually grows in this climate, and it's one of the super fruits that that just loves cold weather. And I'm so excited to get to plant it today because I got my bed here that I usually plant my spinach in, and I thought, well, I can still plant spinach in it, and I'll just designate this corner to the goji berry. So today I'm going to be teaching you guys a little bit of stuff about the goji berry. We're going to be planting it up so that you guys can also plant a superfruit in your garden because I think it's a great thing. It tastes awesome. It's actually really delicious, and it's extremely healthy for you. So it is a perennial. It comes back every year. It will die back. A lot of people call it the wolfberry. That's its other relative. Both are actually able to be grown yearly or perennially in this type of climate. I'm in zone 5, but wherever you are, as long as it doesn't get below negative 18 degrees Fahrenheit, again, not sure what that is Celsius, it's going to survive. It's going to come back. It is actually a shrub. It's considered a vining shrub because it will branch out much like a shrub, but it actually crawls along the ground. It creeps. It kind of droops on the ground and then flows out, kind of like that, you know? And it fruits in the summertime and actually will ripen its fruit and produce fruit all the way until late fall through the frost. Even the first frost, it'll still produce fruit. So it's very cold hardy. It does not require a whole lot of nutrients. It does require some very good fertile well-draining soil. So I have it in my spinach bed because this actually has quite a bit of sand in it, but I re-amend it with fresh compost every single year. So it's going to be really well-draining, really fertile. It has lots of nutrients, so I'm expecting this thing to boom really well. And also it's in this bed because it can climb all that way at once. It can be pruned back if you want to maintain your goji berries because they obviously will get very large, and if you don't prune them, they're going to, get all crazy and mangly. But, as long as you keep them well maintained, they can produce on any part of the plant. So it doesn't have to be a certain height, it doesn't have to be a certain diameter or a certain age. It just has to be part of the plant, and it will actually put out fruit for you. So that's a really great aspect of the goji berry. I'm going to be actually transplanting this baby up. I got a plant here that I grew in the grow room. Also, side note, they do have thorns, so if you don't like thorny plants, it might not be the plant for you. They're very thorny, but the thorns are not sharp. They're more of just a blunt thorn, but still, nonetheless, a thorny plant. So I thought I'd make note of that as well. You can get the seeds. I grew this one from a seed. It's a great specimen. I actually had it in my grow room for the longest time, and it wasn't doing so well. It actually had spider mites, and then it had mealy bugs. I thought I'll plant it outside, so now it's outside, and I didn't realize it was going to do so well. And this also is acclimated. I've had this acclimated outside for the past 2 months now because I was actually trying to get it out of the grow room where it was getting attacked by all these pests. Now, the common question is, what pests are there outside for this plant? And there aren't actually that many pests. From what research I've done, there are not many bugs that bother it. There are not many actual predators of the plant. But the one thing that do love it are deer and rabbits. So I have it actually enclosed in my garden. I have a 4-foot tall fence to protect it from deer and rabbits. So that way it's protected in that sense. but you're definitely going to want to enclose it, because just like the berries are delicious to you, the berries are also delicious to rabbits and deer. So let's get this thing planted up so it can find its new home and start growing in our garden. I'm going to clear out a spot here. I'm just going to put it right in the center of this bed. And like I said, I usually have spinach here, but I figure I might as well designate a part of the garden to this beautiful plant. And I mean, this ground is just so green. Just got a little tag there. One of the things about my compost is it's potting mix from old pots, and then part leaf clippings and weeds and stuff. So sometimes you get the occasional little bit of plastic in there, but I'll loosen that up. And this soil is so black. It's so loose. This is unbelievable. And here, take a look at this soil really quick. That is what you look for with soil. Now that is some beautiful soil. It has great texture to it. Just so black, so rich. And it's going to be excellent for this goji berry to live in. Now the goji berry does like a pretty neutral pH. I'll try to get this baby out here. Yeah, come on, get out. Maybe squeeze the pot. But yeah, they do like pretty neutral pH. They don't like an awfully acidic soil. There we go. And not too pot bound at all. Just a little bit right there, but nothing we can't tickle out. And we're going to place that in there. Now do make sure that you don't plant it past the original height that it was planted in. So don't plant it very deep, because it will actually rot the stem out. They don't like to be planted deeper than their original planting depth. So that's at ground level. And I'm just gonna smooth that out there. Kind of press the soil around. You know, don't press down super hard, but just enough to kind of pack the soil around to remove any air gaps that would cause the roots to be air pruned, because that's really crucial whenever you transplant anything, to make sure that you actually kind of press down the soil very lightly to make sure that there's good contact with soil, because anytime even if you're sprouting from a seed, if you have an air pocket, the roots actually won't grow there, because it'll actually air prune it, and the roots will actually die back. So it's very crucial to have that contact with that good soil. Alright, so even though it is late fall, I'm going to give this a little boost of water to kind of settle in the soil around the roots and just kind of reduce any transplant shock there may be. But right about now, this plant is pretty much dormant. It's not going to be doing much more growing. So I just kind of transplanted it into its new home, where it can flourish next year and produce some fruit for us, hopefully. And as always, this is MIgardener reminding you guys to grow big or go home. Go plant a goji berry, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya. Bye.